Ladies and gentlemen, respected faculties, the students who have joined, a very warm welcome to you all for this another enlightening session, I would say, on the GIBS IRE talks. This is Professor Guru Prasad, and the host for today. I would say it's indeed a matter of pride and honor for me in person to host Madam Ruchi today for this, the most important discussion and deliberations. I always believe that businesses in India have seen multiple phases. If I talk about 1980s, you would agree with me. It was very much manual with limited processes. We went back to 2000, where we had some glitches like Y2K, if you remember, and all that. And that was the starting stage of the technological development. Then 2000, I would say 13, 15 onwards, the real technological revolution that we saw. And post 2020, I mean, when I say the global pandemic, 2020, altogether, I think probably we saw a great level of technological integration everywhere in each and every sectors, right? I'm pretty happy to inform that we are almost matching to some of the emerging economies across the world. And thanks to the technological innovations and revolution that is happening within the country. So I think, considering that we are a business school, we talk a lot about marketing, finance, HR, entrepreneurship. And we thought, we should have a resource also who will talk something related to the technology in this particular domain. That's where we were able to connect with Madam Ruchi today, and who'll be throwing a light on fintech, which is like, I would say not only talk of the town, talk of the globe. I'm sure you would agree with this. So I think at the right time, as I said, we were able to connect with Madam Ruchi, and today it's all set to engage a session on disrupting finance with fintech innovation. I don't think there can be anyone better than Ruchi to address this particular topic. Madam, just for your information, a quick a minute liner on about GIBS. We are, I would say, a pioneer in the management education. We run two programs: Bachelor of Business Administration, which is a 3-year undergraduate program. At the same time, we run the postgraduate diploma program, PGDM, which is a 2-year postgraduate program. And the best part is I have students across all the states of India, from Jammu till Kanyakumari, I would say, spread across all the states, closer to around 850 students. That's a great number, considering that you are just a 10-year-old, because, the Bangalore market is very much competitive in terms of the business school. So I'm very happy
Yeah,
that, we are doing great in this sense. And we have a great expansion plans in the coming days. We're planning for many more courses. And yes, I'm sure one day the vision would also lead to convert yourself or transform yourself into a deemed to be university as well. So
for
many things on the list. And we are happy with the way the things are moving. And I'm sure the support for the people always next level. So yes, the students, I think, as the management students, you would be definitely agreeing to the fact that a lot of technological integration is happening these days. And I'm so happy to inform you, ma'am, that all the specialization of PGDBM students also are linked with the technology. For example, we do offer courses on fintech, martech, and HR tech. So whenever we talk about finance, marketing, and HR, we just definitely try to integrate with the technology and make the students aware of what is really happening in the practical world. Because that's another challenge I always feel. There is a gap that exists between textbook and what the reality is.
very
That's
true.
one of the reason why we engage with corporates so often, because you are the one who are, on the ground and knows the reality and try to bridge us the gap that exists between you and the syllabi, right? So this is called as an IRE talk, the three beautiful letters: IRE, innovation, research, and entrepreneurship. I think this three itself is a pillar for any economy, not just India, for any economy. Emerging economies, whoever you talk about, they are the one who have done pioneer on this: innovation, research, and entrepreneurship. This I would definitely say this is a flagship program, of GIBS, the IRE programs. We do IRE talks, we do IRE podcasts. We call a lot of guests, also physical interaction in our campuses, right? So we do a lot of such initiatives to make students get to know the reality, what exists outside. So this is a talk today of the program under IRE, and we are so glad to have you, ma'am. On behalf of the entire GIBS management, students, staff, I extend my heartfelt welcome to you.
Thank you. Thank you
Right?
so much.
And I really appreciate it when you say that I would love to make this as an interactive session. So that's always something we would love to do that instead of a monotonous one-sided way. So how we will do this, Ruchi? I have few questions to you in this particular domain, and I have some wonderful students with me who are ready to bombard you with the questions. We will take that
I'm
at the
ready.
end. I'm sure all of us, including me, are excited about this journey. Well, ma'am, before I talk about fintech, let us know something about you.
So, I have done my education from Agra, the Albag Educational Institute. I did my MSc in electronics. I did my PGDCA over there, and this was in year 2000, 2001. Then I started working as a computer educator. So I taught students from MCA and BCA. I even worked as a counselor in IGNU. After that, we started as a BPO company. We gave services to international clients for sales and support. We worked with mortgage companies, we worked with telecom companies. And then in 2009, there was that prime mortgage thing in US, and all the call
Absolutely.
centers and BPO thing, it went down. We had no work, we had no clients. And
Mhm.
that was when we shifted into payments. So I started as an independent agent for a payment company based in US. And that was the start. After that, I worked with every single company, payment company in the world. You talk about Elavon, First Data, Wordline, PaySafe. Just tell me about the company. I know their owners on a personal level.
Lovely.
So I've been into payments now from about 15 years. And in these 15 years, I think I've worked globally from Africa to Europe, from America to India. I know every single payment company.
Awesome, awesome. Students, please make a note. Madam Ruchi is a visionary leader in fintech, recognized for her very exceptional contribution to this industry, as you rightly said. She's the founder of Payomatix. She has driven innovations that simplifies digital payments. And when we are talking about, fintech, as I rightly said, she's the right woman in the right place today, right? She has also won many awards. To name a few, Woman Entrepreneur of the Year award for the year 2022, 2023. Leadership Excellence Award in the 2023, Visionary Leaders Award again in 2024, and she is also represented as a speaker at TEDx platform. Amazing. Ma'am, I just don't want to end this in the virtual interaction. I want to in my campus one day.
For sure, 100%.
Lovely. Now let's get into this, ma'am. So what is fintech all about? I mean, can you tell me, like, throw some light on when did we actually start talking about fintech? What was the reason behind such a massive innovation and revolution? How did it emerge? Can you just throw some light on that?
So before how did it emerge, let's just understand basically what is fintech. And before just giving words to this term, I want you to go 10 years past,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 15 years. And if a wire had to be received in India from any of your client or relative based
Yes,
in US or UK, it took 1 week to receive
absolutely.
funds from UK to India. Remember?
Yes.
Similarly, if you have had a normal bank account in any bank in India itself, and you had to get the statement to be sent to somebody, or maybe just for your own use, you need to go to the bank physically, give them the passbook. They had to print it everywhere on the passbook, and then you got that physical statement. Today, you don't visit your bank branch for years together. You have everything in your phone. You have your digital statements. You can make, set up FDs, RDs, insurances, everything on your applications on your phone. It takes just 5 seconds to receive funds through websites and companies like Wise and Pioneer from anywhere in the world. So if your client wants to pay you in India and he's paying from UK, it takes 5 seconds for the money to be in your bank account. Just use Wise.
Sorry to
Right?
interrupt. I
So,
mean,
yeah.
what is the reason behind this penetration? Why still people believe today the brick and mortar would be a most feasible one compared to the
Because they
affiliated
have,
one?
yeah, because they have not experienced,
Might
because
be.
they don't take the risk to start. Now, for example, see, technology also comes with its naturally cons. So
Absolutely.
people are fearful, people are frightened that, okay, some kind of, somebody can go into your account without any authority. They can be frauds, there can be something. So they like to stick with the traditional methods. But above that, see, normally when it comes to international transfers or cross-border remittances, only I think 5% of the population actually uses that or needs that when it comes to the context of India. So 95% are actually not using the solutions because they don't need the solutions. The day they will start needing, now, for example, if you are having students, many students are working as freelancers. They are giving digital marketing services to international clients. Somebody is doing some kind of software development. Somebody is making some kind of website. Now, these are the people who actually need international payments. What were they using traditionally? Either wire transfers, which were not feasible, and then came paper services like PayPal and Stripe, which were not in India in a very large scale in the past. But now Stripe and PayPal, Pioneer, Wise, all these services are available in India. And if you will ask even your own students who are doing some kind of freelancing, they must be using 110% one of these services to receive these payments.
Very true.
And these are the services which have actually allowed us to become pioneers in ourselves. I know children from 20 to 25 years of age, maybe 18 to 25 years of age, who are earning in 5 figures, 6 figures, just because of these services. Why? Because they are able to get international clients. Naturally, the same service, if you are giving domestically, the price is lower. You cannot earn that much. The same service, when you're giving to an international client, you are charging on an hourly basis, £50 an hour or $50 an hour. And then your naturally the earnings rise. And why is it possible? Because you have a solution through which you can actually accept your payments. If you're not able to accept your payment, you won't be able to give the service.
True. Very true. At the same time, we do have some unique, problems. Not problems, I would say challenges.
Mm-hmm.
We are in 2024, and we still have. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ruchi. 20% of the population even today does not have a bank account. So forget
Yes.
about they getting into technical stuffs and all that. We still have a good chunk of population. When we are so technically advanced, though, there are people even today who have not opened their bank accounts yet. So I think the focus of the government has always been, even now, towards what do you call it, financial inclusion, I would say. So where do you see this comparing yourself to rest of the world?
Yes. So now here also the role of fintech comes to play. What will happen in a society where physical bank accounts are the only thing? Naturally, either you open a physical bank branch in every city, every village. Otherwise, people won't have a bank account and the cash economy will prevail. But just because of fintech, the evolution of fintech, now physical bank accounts are not the only deal. So you can open your bank account through your phone, any smartphone that you are having online. You don't even have to get verified physically. Even the verifications are online. And this gives a financial inclusion to those people who are based at places where physical banks are not available. So,
Right.
fintechs actually, if you see, the rise of fintech is exactly proportional to the inclusion of people in banking. Now, today, even a vegetable seller is accepting UPI. They are
Absolutely.
also having bank accounts. Just 10 years ago, how many people, the smaller working people, how many of them accepted payments in banks? It was all
Hardly.
cash economy. Today, our GDP is also growing just because most of the cash economy has converted into a proper banking environment. The ecosystem has changed, and this is because of the financial inclusion, and all the credit goes to fintech. if we would not have had those applications, if banking was not digital, if verifications were not digital, if we were not able to board all these customers, even in villages, people are having their bank accounts in their phones. If then solutions like Paytm, solutions like Airtel Bank. Now, these are not traditional banks, but they are giving you an inclusion that, okay, if you're not able to have a traditional bank account, you can go through this. I'll give you another example. Micro lending, micro loans for farmers, for small businesses. They are all available on your phone itself. You don't even have to go to any branch. Just upload your PAN card, just upload your Aadhaar card, and you will be able to get a loan, a finance. Initially, in villages, people were taking a loan of 5 lakhs and then paying the whole of their life, the interest on those loans. All those things have been eradicated just because of the financial inclusion. And again, all the credit goes to fintech. If technology was not there and it had not evolved to actually impact finance, then finance would not ever have been so easy.
Agree. As you rightly said, I mean, the situation way back a decade ago was definitely not the way we were right now. But I always feel, India is a land of villages as well. We do have majority of the population even now staying in the tier 3, tier 4 cities, right?
Yes.
So technological integration is definitely has been a game changer for India. And, we also observed this, say something about cashless economy. I really want to understand, are we really getting into cashless economy more? Especially people after COVID talking about cashless economy has increased.
Yes, 100%. Now, there are reasons behind it.
Mhm.
I'll give you some simple reasons which everybody can actually connect to. If you have to pay somebody 83.5 rupees,
Right.
how many of us are having 83.5 rupees in our pockets?
Exactly.
Nobody. But the same 83.5 rupees can be paid through a UPI QR code in a matter of seconds.
True.
Right?
Right.
Number two, even if we are having, say, I'm having a 100 rupee note. If I'll give you that 100 rupee note, you'll have to count it, then you'll have to give me the change, and it is a whole process. Whereas in a digital transaction, no change is required. Number three, nobody can steal your money until unless you don't give the access of your bank account or your password or your OTPs to anyone. Nobody can steal your money. You have to, keep looking after your pockets, that where is my wallet. Number four, when it's digital, the accounting is easy. You can have various accounting softwares, you have in market which are integrated to your bank account. So you can actually keep a check. Okay, I don't have to spend more than 10,000 rupees on restaurants, and you fix it, and your system, your phone always gives you a reminder that out of 10,000, you've already spent 570 rupees.
So was
So
this
that works.
was this also a kind of surgical strike to the particular set of community who always believed in cash and carry transactions, never showed them in the book of accounts?
110%. It is actually, and it should be. See,
Right.
it should be. It is, but then people find ways again. Out of all
Yeah.
this, also people find ways. Somebody who has to do something, he'll find a way or not. But otherwise, for general masses who don't have all these, motives that they have to evade taxes or anything, and they want to be in a proper smooth ecosystem where all the finances are registered, recorded, and things are easy for them, this is a boon for them. See, for people
Yeah.
like me, I don't even like to count notes. It's 100 times better. Give the card, get it swapped, and everything is done. So
Absolutely.
financial inclusion, financial ease of getting loans, ease of doing payments, ease of getting insurances done, anything. If you'll compare to people who were dealing with all these things around 10 or 12 years ago, things have become very easy. And that is also a reason, if you'll see the kind of economic progress that we are doing, our younger generations, they understand and they feel that yes, we can earn money, we can save money, we can grow. But the mindset has changed totally. How many people 15 years ago wanted to be entrepreneurs? How many people wanted to do something of their own? How many people were freelancers? Nobody. Everybody was like कि पढ़ाई इसलिए करनी है कि नौकरी मिल जाए. It was all about jobs.
Agree with you.
Right?
Right.
Today, the growth of the mindset also is due to fintech plays a huge role in the society all over. Now forget about fintech. In general, all our societies from times unlimited, thousands of years ago, societies are based on finance. Money is the root of everything. They say that money is the root of evil. No, money is the root of everything. All the good that's happening is because of money. All the charities, all the charitable institutions, all everything that is happening all around us. The root is money. Now, this money is, if it is accessible, if the finance is easy, smooth, accessible, then naturally the societies will grow. And fintech plays a very important part over there.
Agree. Absolutely agree. Yeah, I see. At the same time, as you rightly said, technology integration would also bring in a lot of challenges. During cash economy, we had a problems of fake currencies, and which still continues to be existing for a while for some reasons. With fintech, you have challenges pertaining to cybersecurity.
Right.
And needless to say, India also witnessed quite a lot of cyber crimes in the
100%.
last few years compared to some of the real emerging economies there. So, technological revolution is highly acceptable. Ruchi, what's your point on combating these challenges that we have? Though this was at a peak maybe a few years back, I'm sure it's now there's a great control over there, but I would really want to know the views from you.
Right. So no, it's not only about the fintech part, or not only about this industry. Whenever anything new, is given to people, anything, it takes some time to adapt to it, and it needs learning.
Right.
When computers came 25 years ago,
Mhm.
people had to learn even how to, press the keys, give a command or anything.
Right.
From DOS, we shifted to Windows. People had to learn how to use icons, how to use, Word, simple Microsoft Office. We had to learn. Now, learning is very important if you give if an access to technology. It's not about fintech. Initially, when social media came, 50% of the accounts were hacked. The next day people you had passwords of some other person, and they don't know, they knew how to secure their accounts. They didn't knew about two-factor authentication and everything. The same thing is with fintech. Here people will have to be trained on how to use the applications, the passwords, the everything properly, so that their apps, their banking apps, or anything that they are using is secured. Number two, this psychology of greed, why frauds happen. Frauds don't happen easily until and unless you don't fall into that trap. 90% of frauds are because of the phishing emails or phishing messages where people have sent, okay, you have won a Mercedes.
Lottery.
Yeah, you've won a lottery. I get emails every second day. I've won a Rolls Royce. One day I ask my people, every day I'm winning a Rolls Royce. Anybody wants? So that's the kind. Now, when people will have to understand that nothing in this world comes for free. And if you are falling into these traps that, okay, you have won a lottery, send us your account number to deposit the money, then naturally you are being duped. Secondly, I've seen frauds. Like, I'll tell you an example. Like uh somebody in my place, they search for a washing machine repair number, and they entered a Google search, and Google search as Samsung washing machine repair number, and the number popped up in bold letters on Google, and they just use that number to get a appointment. And that person said, okay, to book the appointment, we need a payment of 100 rupees. We are sending you a UPI link, and you just pay that 100 rupees. Now, this person clicks on that link and pays 100 rupees. And by maybe in next 15 or 20 minutes, 1 lakh was gone from his account, because the maximum limit in UPI is 1 lakh, right? Now we need to understand, if we are searching for something on Google, at least go to the authentic website. You didn't even check that that number even belongs to Samsung or not. That was a fake number. That was a scam that was going on. So these are basic things that need to be taught to people in general, to general masses, that okay, this is the application, this is for your good, but you need to be aware of the consequences if you use it wrongly. Now this, applies to everything. We use fire to cook our food, but if we are putting our hands in the same fire, naturally it will burn us. So everything has its pros and cons. It depends upon ourselves how we use that product. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely. I mean, equally well learned, knowledgeable from your side is also very important before getting into this. Jamtara is a reality. Am I right? Jamtara.
Yes, of course. I have seen those things happening with my staff, with my servants, with my people in my company. Even educated people fall in these kind of traps.
I mean, I'm a big fan of that web series over there. I saw lawyers, police officials, politicians getting duped. Something you cannot digest this. As you said, I mean, with the advancements, challenges do come, but only lies in how you balance the both, right? So yes. Now, as I said, the big target audience watching us are the students, right? So if I need to talk, whatever I asked you right now from a general perspective. Now, if I ask from the student's point of view, I'm sure a lot of my students here would be opting for finance specialization. And we do come up with the options of having fintech along with that. Apart from understanding the theoretical aspects of it, what do you think, Ruchi, should be their essential skills that these young students, Gen Z, frame them, should be, mastering themselves to make a career in fintech?
Right. So, see, it's fintech, finance technology. So, we'll talk about both of the things.
Right.
Number one thing, if you're going into any company that is dealing with fintech, you should be very technically proficient. So you should have the knowledge of programming languages. You should understand data analytics. You should actually it's preferable if you understand the blockchain technology, if you understand AI, because whether it's payment processing or cross-border transactions, everywhere anti-fraud features are there, algorithms are there to handle the risk assessment. Data is used to route the transactions in the proper channel. So for all that, you need a proper technological knowledge. So technological proficiency is the first thing, and that's the most important thing. Number two, you must have financial literacy. So you must understand, if you're going in finance, you must understand the basics of finances: payments, transfers, remittances, credits, debits, fees of various different kind of payment methods, various payment methods all around the world. So for example, in Europe, the payment methods will be different. The bank transfers are done through SEPA. There is Boleto. In US, we have ACH, where automatic clearinghouse, where the bank transfers are done from bank to bank. In India, we have UPI, IMPS, NEFT. In Canada, we have other things. In Australia, we have some other things. So if a global currency exchange and global financial literacy is must if you want to go into fintech. Because understand, when it comes to fintech, finance today is global. Finance is not within India or within Europe or within Germany or within UK. When you talk about finance, you have to understand finance globally. Number three, you must have regulatory knowledge. So see, financial regulations are different in different countries. For example, crypto is banned in India.
Yes.
You cannot have cryptocurrency transactions in India, but the same crypto is legal in Europe. We have crypto exchanges in UK.
Yes.
I am dealing with crypto to fiat, fiat to crypto transactions, but in India, we cannot do it. So again, regulatory knowledge is essential. Then you must be very adaptable to learning. Every single day, technology changes. This is the industry which is, rapidly evolving. Every single month, you'll have something new. Absolutely. So you must be very adaptable to new learnings, new technologies, new, for example, in blockchain, initially people thought that, okay, blockchain can be used only in Bitcoin transactions. Today, we have hundreds of cryptocurrencies, hundreds of platforms, and even contracts are based on blockchain. The future will see where even a simple transaction like sending a file to some other person will be on blockchain, and you will be able to retrieve the file even hundreds of years ago because you'll have that blockchain transaction on the system.
Absolutely.
So that is the technology, and that is the future where we are going. So these are some of the basic things that anybody who wants to go into finance and fintech should understand.
I think great deliberation, Madam Ruchi. But I strongly agree with your point when you said about finance, when you say not just restrict itself to India, but it's a global topic today. And you know what? Most of our UPIs right now have started accepting in rest of the world as well. A few
Yes,
days
yes,
back, I was in Nepal where I can easily make payment using GPay or whatever it is. Same
exactly.
thing goes with Russia, and many countries have approved the Indian UPIs. We have associated with them. Wow, I mean, crazy. How do you see in next 10 years down the line? What's your take on this?
Yeah. So what even now people are trying to do it. I'm giving you an example that we are all set to launch a cross-border payments platform. So how it will work is, let's see, for example, I'll give you an example of Africa and India. Now in Africa, there are methods like MTN. There's a method like M-Pesa, which is Airtel's venture over there, and then credit cards are there, bank transfers are there, right? In India, what we have is IMPS, NEFT, credit card transfers, bank transfers, UPI transfers. Now let's say I'm sitting over here and my sister, let's say, is in Africa, and I want to send funds to my sister, right? So we are developing a system where I have a wallet, she has a wallet on the same platform. I upload funds to my wallet using my Indian methods, whether it's a credit card or bank transfer or whatever. And then a wallet to wallet transfer happens, and this money is sent to her wallet, and she can actually download those funds, get those funds in her bank account in Africa, or through credit card, through MTN, through bank transfer, or whatever. Now, this is happening everywhere. At present, we have this wallet to wallet thing because the transfer modes are different. The future is that these transfer modes will amalgamized. So, for example, like you were saying that UPI is working in Singapore. Now, UPI is not working in Singapore as UPI, but UPI has been integrated with the local payment method in Singapore. And now both of the methods are working simultaneously. So what happens is, in 1 second, you just send the funds from here, and in 4 seconds, the fund transfer happens. So
Absolutely.
the future lies somewhere where you can send money to Honolulu in 5 seconds using any payment method, because every payment method will work globally. That is the future. We have come a long way, in last 12 years, from a wire transfer that was happening in 10 days to a payment transfer that's happening in 10 seconds. And the future is that all of us will have global accounts where every single currency can be received and sent in a matter of seconds.
Awesome. Awesome. So, I mean, the future is really exciting. I mean, personally, I'm quite excited to look at the journey, how this fintech will take India to the next level. Well, Rishi, with your permission, I would like to take some students. Students are eagerly waiting with their questions,
Yeah,
submitting
sure, sure,
questions
sure.
from their side, because end of the day, they are the beneficiaries, the major beneficiaries of today's session. Well, Nandini wishes you good evening and also asks you on the impact. What impact does the gamification has on financial literacy in fintech apps?
Right. So see, gamification actually not only in fintech apps, everywhere gamification has a role and has a place. So I'll
I
just give
agree.
you an example.
I agree.
Let's say I have a bank account
Mm-hmm.
and I want to save money,
Mm-hmm.
right? And my bank account has a system wherein if I say save 100 rupees and put it in a separate wallet or something which is in that app, I get 1 rupee as a bonus. Now, this has actually transformed things. Now, this saving 100 rupees will actually become a kind of, okay, 100 rupees save ke 1 rupee mila. And that 1 rupee doesn't actually means too much, but the fun, the enjoyment that I get from getting that 1 rupee in addition to my 100 rupees, that is the actually power which motivates us to save that 100 rupees. And as Indians, we have that kind of
Oh, yes.
habit that, okay,
I went to mention this.
when we buy vegetables,
Uh-huh.
we'll buy for 500 rupees. That doesn't matter. लेकिन
But we
हमें वो
need
धनिया
dhaniya
free
for
वाला
free.
चाहिए. धनिया free चाहिए. So that actually changes the whole game. And gamification, not only in this. See, I have a company, I have people, around 300 people working in my company. Now, their salaries are in lakhs. But if you give them a bonus of 1,000 rupees for a specific sale done, that 1,000 rupees actually motivates them. So gamification enhances the performance everywhere, whether it's in the company or whether it's in the fintech.
So I'm sure your employees had a good bonus of Diwali this time.
Of course, yeah.
Well, okay, well answered. I'll take the next question. All right. Could fintech make wealth management more accessible to individuals with lower income groups?
100%. Now, say
I agree.
hi. How? Let's say we talk about trades and stocks. How many of us actually know trades and stocks? Nobody. I don't know. Right? 90% of people don't know how to invest in trades or how to invest in shares or, all those things. What we do is we invest in mutual funds. Why we do it? Because we know that, okay, the banks or the companies that are providing these mutual funds
Don't take
have
care of
those
this.
kind of, people who have that knowledge that they will invest our money in some specific companies which will actually give us profits. That's our belief, right? Now, if we have an application where we can actually see every single second that what are the stocks or what are the shares where we'll invest and we'll get these kind of returns based on the data that has been studied from last 50 years, naturally we'll get a better understanding and everything will be transparent. So
Absolutely.
see how technology will enable you to actually ensure that your money is invested in the proper platform and in the proper stocks where you are actually earning money. So
Very
see, everything has changed in just a gist of using technology.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's a game changer, no doubt about it. It's a game changer innovation that we are seeing in this particular domain. Well, we have another question. What are the biggest challenges traditional financial institution face from fintech?
Number one, speed.
Correct.
Everybody loves speed.
That matters a lot
Nobody,
today.
if I want to send you money and you want to receive the funds, you'll prefer that, okay, next 5 minutes mein mere paas paise aa jaye. You won't wait for 1 week. So speed is the major game changer. Speed जिस तरीके से change हुआ है just because of digital innovations and fintech applications, everything has been changed. Number two, your privacy, your data privacy. You are sending payments from a phone number to phone number. You don't even have to give your name or bank account details to anyone. Initially, and even now, if you're sending a check or if you're doing a bank transfer, every single detail of your company, of your account number, everything goes over there. There is a data privacy. Number three, ease of use. To give funds to somebody through a check, you need to have that checkbook with you. If you forget that checkbook in your home and you are in office, you won't be able to pay. But today, there's no need of checkbook. आप खोलो अपना bank account अपने phone पे, you do the transfer. You don't even need anything. So all these factors naturally play a very important role because finally क्या होता है? Ease of use है. और ease of use जिस चीज में होगा, it's whether it's fintech or anything, wherever जहां पे यूजर अपने आप को कंफर्टेबल फील करेगा, वो उसके अंदर चीज के अंदर जाएगा. So
Absolutely.
these are the basic things that will actually change the game.
I mean, traditional companies also would transform themselves into a fintech base very soon, understanding these challenges.
Yes, of course. And people are doing it. See, every bank is launching platforms for lending, for insurances, for payments, credit card payments. Initially, हमें जा जाके भरने पड़ते थे. Utility bills हमें भरने पड़ते थे. Who pays utility bills? कौन line में लगता है अभी? कोई नहीं लगता है. Everybody is paying online.
Gone are the days. Gone are the days.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah, how has fintech innovation changed customer expectations in finance?
Again, because there are things present in the market.
True.
Like if I am the customer and I have two different options. One is a traditional bank, which will ask me to come to the branch if I have to receive or transfer funds. And one is a normal bank, a digital bank, which gives everything on my phone. What will I prefer? I'll prefer digital. I'll give you an example on this. Do you know why Western Union failed? Western Union was a totally physical thing. They were operating physically. If I had to get the funds from my person who's sitting in US, I'll have to go to a Western Union place in India, right?
Right.
Today, we have solutions like PayPal and Stripe where our funds can be deposited into our bank account. हमारा तो कहीं रोल ही नहीं आता वहाँ पे बीच में. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to do anything. Due to companies like Wise and Pioneer and PayPal and Stripe, Western Union का business ही खत्म हो गया. How many people use Western Union today? Only those people who don't have any bank account in the world will use Western Union, because Western Union 90% works on cash, and those cash deposits are done by going to the Western Union branch, and that cash will be taken out again by visiting the Western Union branch, and that's the reason of the downfall.
True. Great. So, I mean, naturally, the technological innovation has increased the customer expectations also.
Exactly. So people want that everything should be on their fingertips. They don't want to wait. They don't want. See, this is the age where we are even ordering our food. We are not cooking at home. Right? So why will anybody go out to just do a financial transaction? Nobody wants that. So the customer expectation is that, okay, I'm sitting at my home. Everything should be digital. Everything should be online, and everything should be fast. That's
And
the
the
basic.
way technology itself is getting outdated is massive. For example,
Yeah.
at one point of time, India had the highest number of ATM machines.
Right.
You hardly see ATMs today.
Why?
Right.
Because AEPS is there, direct money transfer is there, UPI is there, everything is on your. You don't need cash actually. Why will anybody use ATM? They don't need any cash.
And that was considered one of the biggest innovation that point of time.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That your banking now is accessible 24/7. Just walk into the counter with the card and you'll be able to draw money from at any point of time. And today, where we have reached today, right? Incredible. And I have a good question. Jayashri asks, what is the role of AI in fintech disruption?
बहुत बड़ा. This is a very good question actually.
Yes, right.
So, I'll start with one example, right? And then you'll understand how far it goes. Now, naturally, with fintech, as you said, it comes the frauds, right? Scams and everything.
Right.
Now, in fintech softwares, AI is used to do fraud detection. Now, for example, if you are a customer and normally your transactions are not more than, say, 5,000 rupees from your card, and one day 50,000 is being transacted on your card. Now, my algorithms are set in a way that they are always checking your last 50 transactions and the amounts that you have used. Now, as soon as they see that at 50,000 is being deducted from your card, they'll block the transaction, they'll make you a call, and they'll ask that whether you have actually authorized this transaction or not. AI. Number two, let's say you are sitting in India and you are purchasing something and you have used a card that is from somebody in UK. Right? Now, the card is having the country as UK, right, but the IP from where the transaction is being done is from India. So the IP and the country of the card doesn't match. Again, AI. It will block the transaction, make a call to the customer that this card is being used. Is it authorized? Number three, for example, if you are making transactions of 5,000 every 5 seconds, So after 2 transactions, I have trained my AI that no 2 transactions can happen in 1 hour from the same card. So the AI will block the transaction and will call you again that 2 transactions have been done, and now we cannot allow you to more transactions from this card.
Want to interrupt you here. Now, this blockage, will it irritate the customer or will he be happy? Okay, what you're doing is for my good, so I appreciate you. Will that be the
So
response? What are you doing? It's my card.
90% of the times it's thank you. Why?
Okay,
Because 90% of the times it's fraud.
that's good.
And that's the reason we are, risk management rules, AI training for the transaction route. Again, I'll give you another example. Now, let's say I am a merchant and I'm selling clothes on my website. And I want that all my UPI transactions should go through Payment Gateway 1. All my credit card transactions should go through Payment Gateway 2. And all my bank-to-bank transfers should go through Payment Gateway 3. So now I put my AI over there and I train my AI that see the customers, or maybe another rule that, okay, if the transactions are coming from Bangalore, then they should go to Payment Gateway number 1. Transactions coming from Delhi should go to Payment Gateway number 2. So my rules, my AI will actually use intelligent routing to route the transactions according to the rules that I have set up and according to the training that I have given to my system.
That's good.
So everywhere, now this will actually increase. Why this is done? To increase the approval ratio, and in different demographics, different kind of payment methods are used. So in villages, if you'll see, credit cards are not used that much. They use UPI more. Whereas in urban areas, we use credit cards more. Right? This is a basic difference. If the transaction is from a US customer, he'll naturally use ACH. If the transaction is from a Europe customer, he'll use SEPA. So there are different geographies and therefore different payment methods. Now, our AI picks up the IP address, checks the geography, and routes the transaction on the correct payment methods. Your approval ratios increase, your customer experience increases, and that's the use of AI. And this is the way we bring it in our fintech space.
I think this is the longest answer we had for this particular question, because that shows how important role AI is playing in fintech.
Yes.
Right? So, I mean, I really appreciate the question. This is an interesting question too. What is your views on biometric technology? I mean, do you think it really enhances the security features in fintech?
Yes. Yes. Not only enhances, simplifies it also.
Great.
Now, for example, in my phone, I use ICICI and HDFC, and both have face recognition over there.
Right.
So what happens whenever I need to pay through UPI or anything, I just take the phone, I put it, and the banking application opens. Now think of it like this: that if this was not there, and let's say I forget my password,
right,
and I have to pay someone, what kind of a mess it will be. So not only it enhances the security and privacy, but actually it makes everything easier for the customer also. Biometrics will not only play a role in fintech. Trust me, in future, everything will be biometric. We won't have to show our passports everywhere. We won't have to. Our eyes, our face will act as our passport, and again, this will have consequences too. We'll be tracked everywhere. The future is where we will never be able to hide. The way we have our phones tracked at present through GPS and everything, we ourselves will be tracked everywhere.
I think there's I would say, invasion of privacy already. It's not future, it's present.
Yes, actually. But at present, at least इतना है कि आप phone दूर रख दो, बंद कर दो, तो you are free. But trust me, the future is
even you're not.
That where we will be tracked. Forget about our devices.
Let me tell you, even in many cases, it's not. Maybe financially free, but then the phones also record what conversation you are doing.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
You open any of the social media platform, it will start playing the one topic that you spoke about.
Exactly. बिल्कुल ऐसा ही होता है.
Right.
All our mics, we have given the access to our mics to all the applications. And every single application is hearing our communication and giving us, feeding us with information based on that information.
I think Mark Zuckerberg knows the entire secrets of the world
Yeah, true.
sitting वहाँ पे. Anyways, that's how it should be. Yeah, I mean, you spoke about cryptocurrency a bit. There's a question here by Ruchita. What impact do you foresee cryptocurrency having on future of finance? Also, this is my personal question. It is kind of illegal in India, but then I think the Ministry of Finance also has put some tax, right? Now, how can you tax something on an illegal front? I
This
really
is
want
a
to
very
understand this.
interesting question. And trust me, even I don't have an answer to that.
Fantastic. So
I'll
my
give
the
you
best
an
question of the day.
experience that yeah,
This is the
I'll
best
give
question of the
you
day.
I'll give you an example. See, I work globally, so I get my payments in fiat and in crypto both. So we work with the crypto exchange in UK, and that crypto exchange changes our money to fiat and sends it to bank accounts over here. So
Right.
we were receiving the money from years together without any problems. And then 2 years ago, all of a sudden, our company bank account was suspended. And not only our company bank account, all my personal accounts and the employees' personal accounts, everything was frozen. And
Okay.
we were like, what happened? So we called up the bank and they said that some kind of fraud is going on in your bank account. And I said, fraud? Please tell me, kya ho gaya? And they said, we have received a transaction from a company called Quidex. Quidex is a crypto exchange in
Okay.
UK.
Uh-huh.
I said it's a legible company, legit company. It's a crypto exchange. We accept payments from our clients in crypto. Those funds are converted into fiat, and we have received those. There's no fraud going on. Nothing. They said no. Over here, we cannot allow you. Get the crypto funds. And trust me, that account was unfreeze. We got the funds, but then we had to pay 30% taxes on the same amount that was classified as fraud.
This is something I really can't digest or really can't understand as well.
Even I cannot understand.
Mhm.
How can you put two different policies on the same paper? On one side, you are saying that no crypto can be allowed over here. Most of the companies that started as startups in India have now moved to Dubai or to Singapore or to UK or to Europe just because of your policies. And then when you see that there is money through crypto for anyone, you are taxing it. So even I don't know what's going on. Actually, government of India at present doesn't, in my feel, what I feel is they don't understand crypto at present.
I
So
know.
it will
See,
take some time to actually understand crypto, and then they'll be able to make
I think
policies.
we have reached a situation where we have to make it a legit transaction rather than
Yes,
making it illegal and also taxing upon that.
exactly.
I don't know. Let's wait and watch. All right. Do we have anything else? What's the future of robo advisors in wealth management?
Very much we just discussed that. See, if we are having a robo advisor,
Mhm.
if it is working on the basis of data intelligence and data analytics, and if we are having a system which can actually really guide us to get the best investments done in the best portfolios, then trust me, all the traditional investing will end. Because kitna bhi acha samajhdar investment guide kyun na ho human, he can never work like artificial intelligence can guide us on the basis of data.
Mhm.
Data analytics से बेहतर हम लोग एज ए ह्यूमन नहीं आपको प्रेडिक्ट कर सकते हैं चीजें. सो
Right.
इफ वील गेट रोबो एडवाइजर्स
Mhm.
एंड इफ दे विल बी एक्सेसिबल टू द जनरल पब्लिक,
Mhm.
और एक बार जनरल पब्लिक को समझ में आ गया कि ये बेस्ट डिसीजन देंगे, सो ट्रेडिशनल इन्वेस्टिंग खत्म हो जाएगी.
Mhm. Which is a challenge.
Which is actually good for investors also. Why it should be a challenge? भाई जो बढ़ रहा है, अगर मुझे पता है कि ये कंपनी आगे बढ़नी है, I'll invest in this, कंपनी का भी फायदा मेरा भी फायदा. Why to पैसा क्यों ऐसी जगह डालो जहां हमें पता है कि खत्म ही होना है. Simple.
Rather than what will happen to the jobs of those professionals.
See, jobs का तो ये है कि not only for this industry,
Mhm.
everywhere. And since students are there with you, I'll tell them, या तो आप AI को अपना लो. See, AI is not your dushman. It's not an enemy. It's actually enhancing your capabilities. It's like having four more hands with you with your original two hands. but तो या तो आप उन चारों हाथों को अपना लो. Otherwise, people, AI will not take your jobs, but people who will become proficient in AI will take your jobs.
See, I
As
remember
simple as
this
that.
joke where people said you know, the time when vacuum cleaner was introduced, everyone thought that, you know, it will eat away the maid's job. Now maid is also there, vacuum cleaner is also there.
Yes. And the maid is using that vacuum cleaner. Right? And
Well,
the house is better cleaned.
also
So
better clean.
AI, see, I use AI everywhere, and not only now.
Yeah.
I'm using AI from last 4-5 years in my jobs. I used to use write Sonic at the time when people didn't even knew how to write AI based essays or everything. I am proficient in Chat GPT or Claude or any AI tool.
Awesome.
Why? Because I keep updated myself according to the times, according to the needs. So if you are students and you need to get yourself updated, bhai AI से दोस्ती कर लो. चैट जीपीटी हो, क्लॉड हो, को पायलट हो, आपको दोस्ती करनी पड़ेगी. अदरवाइज पीपल जिन्होंने दोस्ती कर ली है, दे विल बी 100 times more productive than you. भाई आप जो चीज 1 घंटे में कर रहे हो, if somebody can do it in 5 minutes, the company will hire the person who can do it in 5 minutes. Simple.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think we are also moving in the right direction because as a base school, we have introduced all this fintech, martech, HR tech in the specialization that they're going to opt. So, and I'm very happy to say at this point of time, Madam Ruchi, that we have also very recently launched artificial school of intelligence. I mean, artificial intelligence school, or I can call it as a center of excellence on AI in our campus, where probably
That's
we would be
great.
giving hands-on trainings and the real applications of these AI tools to our students. So I think what statement you rightly made, that would be definitely introduced in a form of an AI lab, which I believe that not many B schools, not in Bangalore, in India, have launched something like this.
So
You know,
if you want, I can actually, help you. If कोई अगला अगर आप seminar करना चाहते हैं, so
absolutely.
I'll get someone to actually teach about a few AI tools which
You
the
should.
students
You should.
can
I mean, you
use,
should connect with me on
and
this.
yeah. So for lead generation, for LinkedIn profiles, for sales, for setting up everything through AI. 80% of my lead generation is through AI. I don't use lead generation people. I don't use employees because see, employees के साथ आपको 8 घंटा काम करवाना पड़ेगा मतलब. But when you use AI, it's working 24/7 with you every 3 hours. आपको उसको कॉफी भी नहीं पिलानी पड़ती. So it's a game changing thing. एक बार अगर आप AI में proficient हो गए and you start using AI based tools, the whole system will change for you.
I know. I know. Seriously, yes. We have understood that very early stage, and in most of the cases, we are very proactive in getting out the strategies that really help students to understand
Right.
the ongoing trends. All right. How about the last question I would take because we are on almost reaching at the end of the time. How about the regulations and all the regulations from RBI? I mean, what I'm going to say is fintech is playing a T20 game in a cricket, right? Is government also supporting in the same manner, or do you find there is a glitch and there has to be some improvements in the policy?
Government is supporting, yes, they are supporting, but there are a few things और वो बहुत practical चीजें हैं. See,
Right.
most of the people in government who are making policies, they are from the older generation.
Right.
And the older generation people, when it comes to technology or updating, they have hundreds of other things to do. It's not their fault, actually. They
Right.
cannot dedicate all their times learning about new technologies, what's happening in blockchain or what's happening in fintech or anything. So it takes time for them to understand things. But in this domain, things move so quickly that every month you are seeing new technologies, new innovations. So the government is actually not able to understand that. See, government policies take 1 year, 2 years to actually get things on roll. Whereas over here, government एक project पे काम करना start करती है, 3 महीने में project ही obsolete हो जाता है, and we get some other
Absolutely.
new technology.
That's what I said. We are playing T20 rather than
Yes,
T10
yes.
here.
So the problem over here is that the government is not able to keep pace with the innovations going on over here. But ऐसा नहीं है कि government support नहीं करी. For example, at present, Indian government is totally targeting cross-border payments because they know that अगर आपको फॉरेन करेंसी चाहिए तो आपको क्रॉस बॉर्डर पेमेंट्स को इजी करना होगा, right? That's the only thing you can get dollars. If people are not able to send you dollars and pounds, how will you increase the foreign currency in your country? So the only thing is that you make that process easier, जो कि अभी तक बहुत मुश्किल थी. And at present the government is totally targeted on getting cross border payments easier. So government is supporting, but then you as a founder, if you are founding a new company, then you will have to go to the authorities, make them understand your vision, how you're going to do it, and what benefits it has for the country as a whole. So for me, to I wouldn't say that they are not supporting. Yes, they are supporting, but उनको थोड़ा समझने में टाइम लगता है और आप में वो कैपेबिलिटी होनी चाहिए कि आप उनको समझा सकें.
सही है. मैंने इसलिए मैं ये क्वेश्चन पूछा क्योंकि द वे the stand they took in terms of the cryptocurrency made me ask this question. So
again, they are not understanding. The only problem why they are not doing it is they are not
don't we have
understanding.
some
And
best
they're
advisory board? Don't we have the best people over there?
है, और वो एडवाइजरी बोर्ड उन्हें बताता है कि सी क्रिप्टो करेंसी आई तो ट्रेडिशनल बैंकिंग खत्म हो जाएगी, और ट्रेडिशनल बैंकिंग खत्म हो गई तो वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू कीप ट्रैक ऑफ पीपल्स फंड्स. अभी तो पता रहता है ना सारा कितना बैंक अकाउंट में है क्या नहीं है, बट क्रिप्टो करेंसी में तो नहीं पता रहेगा. बट देयर आर वेज यू कैन रेगुलेट इट. यू कैन इवन हैव द क्रिप्टो ट्रांजैक्शंस ट्रेस्ड. You can, your bank accounts can be amalgamated with your crypto accounts. There are ways, पर उसमें नेचुरली टाइम लगेगा, टेक्नोलॉजी लगेगी, नए फिनटेक्स आने चाहिए आगे जो ये सारा काम करें. I see it can be like this. Okay, if I accept a crypto transaction, that crypto amount should be immediately converted into fiat and deposited into my bank account. I'm okay with it. मुझे कोई परेशानी नहीं है. But then that technology should be there. There should be, and the government must sit with the fintech companies and should make a policy कि भाई हमें ये करना है और इसके लिए आप ये कैसे आधार बेस्ड, आधार इनेबल्ड पेमेंट सिस्टम बनाया. ऐसे ही बनाया कि आधार में आपका बायोमेट्रिक लिया, अब वही बायोमेट्रिक के थ्रू आप कहीं पे भी पेमेंट कर देते हो. सो वील हैव टू डेवलप अ टेक्नोलॉजी एंड इट विल बी डेवलप. ट्रस्ट मी, इन फ्यूचर क्रिप्टो को एक्सेप्ट करना ही पड़ेगा. देयर इज नो अदर वे आउट.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's see. I think I'm sure government is aware about all these facts. Maybe they are looking for the right time, or maybe they're
Yes.
trying to bring in a lot of strengthening regulatory norms, which can, bring a lot of transparency in the cryptocurrencies and many related transactions. Let's see. We are very optimistic about that, and that's going to happen for sure in the coming days, because that's how the fintech world is growing not only in India but across the world. Well, ma'am, it was such a awesome interacting with you. Time just flew. I think the same goes with the students as well. Such a vibrant discussion, and entire answers of yours were well supported with an examples, because at students, they always understand when the examples are quoted. I think each and every question you tried to relate with an example, I'm very sure that they had a loads of takeaway. Ma'am, my students, majority of them would be also getting into, let us say, entrepreneurship, because we train them heavily on this. And of course, some of them will get into a corporate life. Let's take an example of a corporate and an entrepreneur in the fintech domain. What is your concluding remarks to those students? Your concluding remarks.
Entrepreneurs, again, AI से बिल्कुल दोस्ती कर लीजिए, and then be very much tech enthusiastic. Learn about the regulatories and compliances all around the world about finance. So you'll work. And if you are going to a corporate, then understand that this is not the normal industry जहाँ पे आपने जितना पढ़ लिया उस पढ़ाई का यूज आप अगले 5 साल तक कर सकते हैं. You'll have to upgrade yourself every single month. So be ready for a very proactive life where every single month and every single day is a challenge, and you'll enjoy.
Fantastic. Lovely, lovely. So I think we had a 60 minutes of wonderful interaction with Madam Ruchi, who's a pioneer herself in the fintech. And I think the kind of wealth of knowledge she has in this particular domain, probably if I had requested for another 1 hour of continued discussion, she would be happy to have addressed. But anyways, we have to respect each and everyone's time. But then I promise students on behalf of Ruchi Madam that one day I'll call her to the campus. We'll have even more better, vibrant discussion. What's
Sure.
your take on
Thank
this?
you.
I'm sure you have accepted it.
100%. Thank
Okay,
you.
lovely. Yes, we are at the fag end. I'm sure today's discussion has given loads of takeaways for everyone. We have students, we have faculties who have joined from the finance domain as well. I'm sure there's a fantastic takeaways from here. future is very optimistic. As Madam rightly said, make sure you're good friends with AI and make sure you acquire the required skill sets that she mentioned about it, which is going to be the game changer for everyone's career. Thank you so much. Let me extend a heartfelt thanks to Madam Ruchi for being a wonderful resource today. I think I personally really enjoyed. As I said, time just flew. 1 hour just flew like this. At the same time, we had a great deliberation, great understanding on the topic. Thank you so much, ma'am. Highly appreciate your time, your knowledge, your discussion. Truly amazing.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And I thank all the students, all the faculties who are here. Thank you. And this is Guru Prasad, the host for today evening, signing off. Thanks a lot. Happy evening, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.